What's up, guys? Run My Crypto here. I'm about to go over taking your portfolio from 10 grand to 100 grand. That's right, 10 grand to 100 grand. Also, some coins that you can look at to help that portfolio get there. Hope you enjoy this video. Smash the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned to the end. Thanks, guys. Here it comes.
Bang bang. Bang bang bang.
Here it is. Alright, so I told you I was going to help you guys understand how to take a $10,000 portfolio to 100K, and this is by 2025. Alright, so some simple mathematics for you guys to understand. I put together a little DCA, which is dollar cost averaging strategy for you guys, to go into 5 different projects. This strategy would be over a period of 19 months going into 2025, which by that point you will be dollar cost averaging within the next 14 months, seeing some increases because of the Bitcoin halving cycle. So the Bitcoin halving cycle is actually going to take your guys' portfolios to the moon if you guys be consistent with dollar cost averaging, or roughly around $260 every 2 weeks. And if you do this consistently over the course of the next 14 months into the next 19 months, a total of 19 months, you will see a significant increase in your portfolio. Now, do not take this as financial advice. This is just a strategy that is been proven to work over time, known as DCA. Dollar cost averaging into a portfolio. Okay, so let's talk about it. So the 5 projects that I'll be talking about are listed. You'll see it's going to be project number 1 is Solana. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Solana. If you're new to crypto, you may not be, but if you're crypto at that intermediate level, you would understand and know what Solana is. So I'm going to just take you through Solana project. So if you look, there are a lot of companies that are utilizing Solana to date. There's over 11.5 million active accounts, over 21.9 million NFTs minted, and roughly the cost of making transactions with Solana is 0.00025. So to understand that is the transactions, if you're new to crypto, essentially when you make a trade or you're utilizing that network or you're utilizing that blockchain, that's the cost, what it takes to make a transaction using Solana. Okay. So Solana has been it's an older crypto. It's been around. It's had some blows, but the thing is this project is actually doing a lot. I mean, this project is scaling out, even taking some blows with FTX collapse and being tied into that. Solana has maintained its running as a project, and it's a pretty healthy project. Even with everything that's going on. So if you take a look at the website, tons of information that you could go through. I'm just trying to give you guys an idea of the type of project that Solana is, and some information on items that can be beneficial to any investor. If you click on community, you could see that they're very active in what they're doing. There's a lot of great people behind this project, and I believe that this project will go back to its original all-time high, which was around $250 per token, roughly in about November 2021. All right, so if you ever go take a look at Solana's website, tons of information. Like I said, you could see all the new things that they're coming up with, and it's a really great project. One of the things to do is look at their docs, and we'll go ahead and do that real quick. So basically, this just gives you a breakdown of the developers, the validators, and the architecture that's behind Solana. Tons of information in there. I don't want to spend too much time because this video will go over about an hour. Alright, so Solana, that would be your number one, or not your number one, but one of the projects that I would recommend jumping into to get this $10,000 portfolio to $100,000 by 2025. Next project is Hedera. All right, Hedera, also known as HBAR. This project is another project that is making I don't want to say a comeback. I think that in the last bull run, it didn't do too well, but they are making tons and tons of moves to build this project into being a strong project and one that's gonna be around for a while. I don't see this project going anywhere. All right, so if you look at the utilization of Hedera, currently in the last 24 hours, there has been 81,644,000 transactions in the last 24 hours. So that's telling you that people are using Hedera. People are using Hedera to transact, to invest, pretty much anything. So look at the open source public network. So this is their governing council. This means that all these companies right here are affiliated with the ecosystem, and the ecosystem is essentially Hedera's blockchain service. So you got tons of companies. I mean, they're always talking about this in other videos, so you'll see other content providers going over big name companies that are involved in Hedera. And again, I think that this project is gonna take off. I think the last bull run didn't do this project justice. So use cases, right? So use cases is very important when you're going in and you're looking at projects to invest in. All right, so we'll look at some of the functional use cases, which is payments, NFTs, decentralized logs, sustainability, decentralized identity, and DeFi. Like, these are important use cases because these, without use cases for a project, the project is basically a meme coin. It has no value to a human being, right? Besides making some money, because there's a lot of hype. Somebody said, "Oh, a frog looks cool. Let's invest in that," and people make a lot of money. But then again, the ones that ain't making that money lose a ton. All right. So I urge you to take a look at Hedera, look at their project, look at all the information that they got in here. Pretty great website. I know that a lot of people rarely come and check out the websites, check out the project, see what they got going on. Gives you a little insight of what Hedera is, how it works, and how you could actually build on Hedera. All right. So that's project number 2. Let's get into project number 3. Drum roll. Just kidding. Ripple XRP. This is one of the powerhouse projects of 2023. And the reason being is that this project has been around for some time, However, this project has not, by any means, gained its full potential. And what I mean by that is that Ripple was bamboozled, right? Ripple came out hard, came out swinging. If you ever look into the historical data for Ripple, you could see that they went from 0 to 100 real quick. And then the SEC came along and pretty much bamboozled them. So this project is project number 3, and this is one of the projects that I suggest that is in that portfolio to go from 10K to 100K. Is Ripple, also known as XRP. Use cases, again, guys, whenever you're doing research, make sure you see use cases in a project. If you don't see use cases in a project, then that's an issue, because without use cases, I think it's useless, right? No use case, useless. Alright, Ripple XRP got cross-border payments, crypto liquidity, central bank digital currency, CBDCs. This is very important, especially if you look at the economy right now. The economy's not looking too great. Not a warm, fuzzy feeling about the economy going into the next couple years. Seems like we got to do some restructuring and different things got to happen, definitely, which leads me to understand that crypto is here to stay. All right, XRP, again, look at the project. It's a good project. I believe the token is actually sitting around, or coin is sitting around about 46 cents or so. I wasn't able to check it today, but that's where it was yesterday. So that's where it's sitting around. I think once we get through the court battle with the SEC, win that one, get that W, I think Ripple will take off like a rocket that's just been ready to go for like some time. All right. So that's project number 3. Let's look at project number 4. Stellar XLM. Alright. So this is another banger project that I think is going to take off. There's a lot involved in Stellar. I think that it's kind of been one of those sleeper projects. I'm trying to think of can't think of it right now, but I believe it was roughly around 0.05 cents, I want to say. Anyways, looking at the activity in the last 24 hours, the volume is about 5.5 million, 55,000 active accounts, 12 million in operation. So it's not on the level of Solana or Hedera or Ripple, but I'll tell you what, it's the baby brother in the back door that's been watching the big brothers and ready to come in. Big project. I think it's roughly centralized around Africa and that part of the nation. And let's go ahead and look at some of the use cases, which is pretty interesting. You have MoneyGram access, Anchor platform, integration partners, Kelp, Transaction Explorer, Node Explorer, Stellar Laboratory, Stellar USD. So if you look at some of these little highlights right here, you have enabling aid organizations to deliver instant and transparent digital aid at scale, central banking, digital currencies. So they're a project that's on the cusp of doing really well. Again, this is one of the projects that I recommend that is in your DCA for your dollar cost averaging for the next 19 months to help you get to that 10x level at $100,000. Okay, the last project I'm going to touch on that should be in your 5-coin portfolio is SUI. This is a brand new project, and when I say brand new, I think it listed on May 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. The mainnet launched. This project I've kind of been looking at. I'm not sure if you are familiar with Raw, but I heard him talk about it a while back. That's when I caught wind of it and I started looking into what it was. And I think that this project, it's a layer 1 project, I believe. It's currently at about $1, launched roughly around 10 cents or so, skyrocketed up to $1 and some change, and it's been holding at about the $1 area. Right now I think that we could potentially see it do a little pullback or a price decrease depending on how the Bitcoin market is. It's funny how these altcoins work, these projects. They tend to just follow Bitcoin, right? So they follow suit, or when Bitcoin starts to open the door to pour down a little liquidity, you'll see these projects start to pump and get some momentum and get some traction, and that's where you'll get some gains on your investment or some returns on your investment. So looking at SUI, it's a layer 1 blockchain. Basically, this is an example of what Arbitron, that project. Ethereum, Solana, HBAR, Ripple. These are all layer 1s that could potentially just be the root of, or the foundation of a solid crypto portfolio. That means that other projects are going to come along. They're going to jump into, they're going to be built on these layer 1 projects, and this is where you'll see an influx of value coming to these projects. So if you want to look into more of SUI, there's tons of information in here. You could actually look at tokenomics. These are things that you want to look at when you're researching projects. Is, look at their tokenomics, look at the economy, and what I mean by that is basically their ecosystem, how their ecosystem's operating, what the native tokens look like, if there's any staking, if there's any deflationary protocols put in, or inflation to the coin. So like if they're, what that is like, deflationary is essentially like when they get rid of their tokens, they're gone, and it brings down the total supply of the project, which actually increases the value of the token. There are some projects that actually add tokens as the project's being bought. So you'll see that, for example, you'll see a project have, and I'm just using this as an example, you'll see a project have about 1 million tokens available, or what is called the total supply of the token. And this is just an example, it's not factual, but you'll see 1 million tokens, and then you'll have maybe 200,000 or 200,000 bought. That would leave you with a circulating supply of 200,000. That means that 200,000 coins are taken from that total supply, and they are purchased by investors that are holding or trading or selling or whatever the case may be. Those tokens, you'll get exchanges purchased out of that total supply, and that supply will decrease, right? And it won't change. Now, at that point, the project could actually burn some additional tokens, and it'll take the value down, increasing the price, because now the supply's been diluted or dissolved, and the value goes up because now there's only a limited supply of tokens. A couple examples of projects that do that is Quant. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Quant, but that is one project that actually decreases the supply. That's all you got. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is probably the leading team to that, right? There's only that amount are dissolved, and the value goes up because now there's only a limited supply of tokens. A couple examples of projects that do that is Quant. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Quant, but that is one project that actually decreases the supply. That's all you got. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is probably the leading team to that, right? There's only that amount of supply for Bitcoin, and that's a prime example of how Bitcoin gets an influx of value is because of the supply, and people owning and selling that supply. All right, so just wanted to bring this to you guys. These are the 5 top cryptos that I recommend that you start a portfolio on, and if you could get these split between 10 grand and hold and keep doing that consistently to roughly about the next 15 to 19 months, you can see your $10,000 portfolio potentially 10x with these projects. And now I'm not saying go dump 10,000 into every single project. I'm telling you to get these projects spread to equate to $10,000, and you can get an easy 10x with all these projects right here. I do believe, I'm not giving you guys a price prediction per se, but I do believe that easily Solana, currently sitting at about $20, can do that $200, which is a 10x. H-bar definitely at 5 cents to go to 50 easily where Ripple's at. I do see that's an easy 10x. Ripple XRP sitting at 40 cents. There's no way that project can go to $4. Stellar sitting at 5, I think it's 5 cents to go to 50 cents. Easy. Sui, on the other hand, I think I'm gonna go along with this, and I'm gonna say that Sui is sitting at $1 right now, and I do believe that this project in the next 2 years can go roughly at least a 20 to a 30x easily. I would not say, I wouldn't put it past it, but I do believe that it would go to about $30 roughly very soon, and that's exactly how I believe is a good strategy to get yourself into a $10,000 project, or $10,000 portfolio to $100,000 with just 5 projects, 5 tokens, $250 every 2 weeks for the next 19 months, and split those amongst each other, and just hang on and watch for great results. Another thing to keep in mind, that's just a simple strategy. I do believe if you do some extra special digging, some extra, putting a little bit of time and effort to think how you could cut out your expenses and increase your investment. Obviously, the more you put into a project or the more you put into a portfolio, the more you're going to get out, right? So this has been proven. It's a DCA method, 19 months, solid, a lot of discipline. And just imagine if you could get an extra $50 on top of that, or if you pick up a little part-time job, an extra $200, $300, $400 a month on top of your $500 a month. This will all compound into a bigger and bigger portfolio, which essentially will get you a huge return on investment. All right, so hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed just a little walkthrough of these projects. I think these projects are bangers. I don't see that these things will fail. There's just no way. I mean, these projects are solid. Take your time, do your research. You could do this strategy with any tokens. These are just a more safer play, or I like to say, nothing's guaranteed, but these are potentially guaranteed 10x projects. Everything crypto's volatile, changes all the time. However, it does repeat what it does. Bitcoin has been going up over the course of so long, and so these projects are I think these are solid projects, but again, there's 2,000 or more crypto projects, but some of those will be going to zero, guys, so make sure you do your research. These meme coins, if you're a new investor, stay away. They're bad news. I mean, I've seen a lot of people lose a lot of money trying to invest in meme coins, especially if you don't know what you're doing. But alright guys, thank you. Appreciate your time. Hope you like going through these projects. Hoping you actually visit the websites, take a look for your guys yourself, do your research, and make the best decisions when it comes to investing. And just make sure you be the most educated guest.